Yeah, what you need?
I just want to know, Doc, I recently got laid off from my job, right? I've been working there for 13 years, and company restructured, so they just went a little different direction from what they were doing. So I just want to know, like, how do you stay motivated when you keep putting applications out and folks are telling you that you're overqualified, or the stuff that's going to pay you what you think you're worth, you're getting told you're underqualified for. So how you stay motivated and
Well,
keep putting
first of
yourself out
all,
there?
let's look at the layoff for what it was. It was time to go for you.
Yeah.
And sometimes, man, we don't jump. Sometimes we get pushed.
Yeah.
See, God is really fair. When he wants you to do something else and you won't do it, he'll bring about a set of circumstances that'll cause you. So now, quit looking at the negative. You can't find work. How do you stay motivated? Let's look at this for what it is. There's obviously something that you should be doing instead of what you was doing. But what you're trying to do is go back and get something similar to what you was doing, when obviously the sign for you was to move on and do something else. So now let me ask you this. What is your gift?
I'm pretty good in the kitchen.
Right. So why are you down there around at the computer store? See? You see?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Your gift is you really good in the kitchen, but your former job was what?
Sales rep.
Sales rep of what?
Beverages.
Right, but you good in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So now you're trying to find another sales rep job when it's going against what you was created for. Your gift is in the kitchen. See, so you're going to go get counter against what it is you were created to do. So now you off somewhere selling beverages when you need to be somewhere cooking. You ever thought of that?
Yeah, I thought about it, but again, it's just that fear of not succeeding. I think that's what stops a lot of folks.
That's what stops. Fear is the number one cause of failure in this country. Yeah. The fear of not succeeding. So let me tell you something. You already laid off. What you scared of now? Ain't working.
You're right. You're right.
The opportunity for you is to go get a position in cooking, go to culinary school, develop your skills, and be what you really would love to do when you wake up in the morning. That's why you got laid off. That's why you sitting here next to me. That's why you asked me that question. See, God, he's slick, man. He's smooth with it. He'll put you right where you need to be and hear the thing right you need to hear at the perfect time. Now, you asked me for how do I stay motivated. You ain't got to get motivated. You've been given a second chance. So, dog, I lost everything I ever owned. But it was the chance to get some. Look at me. Yeah. This is all you're doing. So what I want you to do, pursue your cooking career. Pursue your greatness in the kitchen. The Bible says your gift will make room for you and put you in the presence of great men. Your gift. What do you really want to do?
I've been telling people about trying to purchase a Jamaican food truck for a little bit, but like I said, cooking is really my passion. Like I do it fairly well, very well, without a lot of effort. I grew up with my grandma, so I learned a lot from her in the kitchen. Whenever everybody else was playing outside, I was in the kitchen with her, just trying to hone in on what she was doing. So I'm definitely serious about it. I was just talking to my wife right now, like I'm really gonna pursue it because I think,
Who is that? Who is that next to you?
It's my wife right here.
Oh, that's your wife. Y'all got kids?
We have 2 adopted kids, yes.
Okay. Paige, you hear that? Yes, he's got 2 adopted kids. He's 40 years old. No, he's not adopted. He got 2 adopted kids. They married, he's 40 years old. He was thinking about getting a Jamaican food truck. But let me ask you something. Would you go to culinary school?
Yes, sir, I would.
He said he'd go. What can we do?
We're going to pay for the first semester. Based on his grades, we'll pay for the second.
Where you live, man?
Valencia.
Out here?
Yes, sir.
All right. I got that one's out here. You looked up. There's a culinary school out here. I just called him foundation director. It's $15,000 a semester. We will pay for your first semester. Based on your grades, we will pay for the second semester. So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah. We'll do that. So he said, yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for it, for sure. I'm not here for it. I know. Sorry, man. I've been there. I've been there, man. I've been there. 22. I know, man. I know. That's why you came here today. I've been there. Somebody helped me one time. I've been there now. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right. I got you, man. Hey, you made it to the end of this video. I got a lot more that you're going to enjoy, so just click to watch the next one. And make sure you subscribe to always know what's happening.
Hey, Psych2Goers, welcome back. Why did this happen? Whether you saw it coming or not, the feeling is the same. You're shattered. You feel like your heart is broken into multiple pieces. Life dishes out many unforeseen heartbreaks. Though the experiences may be similar, every hurt is personal. Traumatic events from your past can leave you wounded. Over time, they take shape of an emotional wound itself. Like a physical wound, it's always in your awareness. You're protective and sensitive to anything that might re-injure it. And the same sensitivity often makes you even more vulnerable. Here are 7 signs of an emotional wound. Let's all learn together, shall we? Number 1, you cry easily over small things. Do you shed emotional tears along with the fictional character you're reading? Is there such thing as crying too often or too much? Some people cry while reading a sad book or watching videos of baby animals, while others cry only at funerals. If you've ever had tears well up in a meeting or wept out loud in a movie theater, you may have wondered if it's normal. It is found that women cry on average 5.3 times per month, and men cry an average of 1.3 times per month. Tearfulness is commonly associated with depression and anxiety. This emotional state perpetuates when you've been emotionally hurt in the past, consciously or subconsciously. As a result, even the mere hint of anything that arouses emotions can cause tears to flow. Number 2, you lose interest in the things you used to enjoy. At some point in their life, most people would lose interest in things that used to excite them. Emotional hurt, however, takes this loss to its limits. It becomes impossible to draw enjoyment from things that once elicited excitement. Your emotional hurt makes even pleasure seem like a task. Your world is drenched in gray, and you don't seem to have the strength it takes to lift the paintbrush. Number 3, you get annoyed easily by people's behaviors. Irritability is the carbon monoxide of emotional pollutants. No one likes confrontation, but you can run from it for only so long. Anger has its own role. Both direct and indirect anger, or passive, is meant to communicate something important. What you really want is to connect and be heard. But when anger is involved, the result is often just the opposite. Aggression in any form is the biggest hindrance to emotionally intelligent communication. People often think passive-aggressive communication is somehow better or nicer. It's not. In fact, it may actually be worse. If you're looking for a true and meaningful connection and understanding with another person, you need a better strategy. Being compassionate with yourself and figuring out the source can help bring yourself down when you're feeling on edge. Be compassionate with yourself. Number 4, you feel worthless and hopeless. How can you increase your sense of worth? Can you earn it through what you do? Happiness is not obtained solely by your achievements. Self-worth based on accomplishments is pseudo-esteem, and not the real thing. Feeling worthless often involves a sense of hopelessness and insignificance. Such feelings often arise commonly due to abuse or trauma or difficult situations that pose a threat to a person's sense of oneself. Pinpointing the cause behind these disordered thoughts can help you to understand and address factors that contribute to low self-esteem. Number 5, you keep replaying the bad memories in your head. Is your head filled with one single thought or a string of thoughts that just keep repeating and repeating and repeating themselves? The process of continuously thinking about the same thought, which tends to be sad or dark, is called rumination. Your history of emotional or physical trauma makes you believe that by ruminating you'll gain insight into your life or a problem you're facing. As when a ball is rolling downhill, it's easier to stop the ruminating thoughts when they first start rolling and have less speed than when they've gathered speed over time. It helps to identify your trigger and find a distraction to break your thought cycle. For example, calling a friend or family member, doing chores around the house, reading a book, or walking around your neighborhood. This helps to challenge the onslaught of thoughts. Number 6, you feel too much until you're numb. An emotional wound can also trigger what is called apathy. Emotional hurt causes you an emotional overload to the point that you become numb. It's a form of self-defense against future hurt. Apathy is a feeling, but it's also an attitude. And sadly, the attitude is one of indifference, unconcern, unresponsiveness, detachment, and dispassion. Emotional hurt saps you of so much energy that you feel listless, almost too paralyzed to act, and certainly without the will to do so. This is why apathetic individuals are easily identified by their passivity. Your interest in confronting life's challenges is seriously compromised. You just don't care anymore. To defeat this stagnancy within, you must be willing to commit to giving this apathy the fight of its life, even though doing so feels like it will take a lot more energy and effort than you're capable of. And number 7, you feel clueless and stuck. Ever had times when you feel trapped or restless, where the life you're living doesn't seem anything like the life you wanted, as if on autopilot, going through the motions but feeling unsatisfied? Your instincts are to shake it up, change your job, or go on that vacation. But that provides only a temporary, not permanent solution. Instead, the solution lies within. Topping up your ways of thinking about events can actually help lead to new perspectives and diminish distress and anxiety. It's important to do away with your negative perceptions about yourself that interfere with
The answer lies in prayer.
If you
So
found this
it's
video
without,
helpful, be
not
sure to hit
within.
the like button and share it with those out there who need to hear this. Don't forget to subscribe to Psych2Go and hit the notification bell for more new videos. And as always, thanks for watching.
I was watching YouTube today. I was watching one of the ads that comes on before the video. I don't skip those. I think that's rude. It is. It's mean. Somebody worked hard on that ad. They trained a cheetah to run alongside a Jeep Cherokee. And you're at home like 3, 2, 1, fuck off. It's fucking mean. What if you made something, dick? Anyway, the ad was a PSA. It was an anti-smoking message. It was a Puerto Rican man with a hole in his throat. He was like,
My father smoked. And my mother smoked. I wish I never smoked in my life. Please don't smoke cigarettes. Cigarettes are very, very bad for you.
first thought I had was, why does he still have an accent? It's coming out. Feels like if you bypass the mouth, you shouldn't have an accent anymore. Does the machine have a setting for Puerto Rican? Is that just how air sounds coming out of this guy? Does he fart with his accent?
Señor, I'm party.
Anyway, after the ad, I watched the video that I was looking for, which was a scene from a movie. And it's a scene that I really hate. Every time I see it, it makes me angry, which is why I was looking for it on YouTube. And it's a movie I like. I actually like the movie. It's called Good Will Hunting. Remember Good Will Hunting? Of course, right? Matt Damon played a great performance. He plays a very complicated young man wearing a tight t-shirt for a whole movie. And here's the thing, here's my issue with Good Will Hunting. Matt Damon also wrote the movie, okay? So he basically sat down and he's like, first of all, I'm amazing. I'm a construction worker. I'm like working class. And I drink beer and I get in fights. I get in so many fights. My friends are like, you're out of control, man. And I'm like, shut up. This is the way I am. But then also, I'm a genius. Ooh. I didn't even go to school. I just know things. I don't know why. I just know them. And all the nerdy geniuses that studied for years are like, he's so much smarter than us. It's making us upset. It's insane. It's fucking insane. It only makes sense if he wrote it for himself to be the guy. So the scene I was looking for, it's the worst example of that in the movie. Here's what happens. He goes to a bar and he meets a woman and he likes her. And another guy likes her too. But she picks Matt Damon. Because he wrote the fucking movie, because he decided, you understand? She doesn't like him, she likes me, you better believe it. So he gets her phone number, and then he goes outside, and he sees the other guy in the window of a restaurant. He decides to taunt him. So he goes over, he tells his friend, hey, come here, watch this. And he says to the guy, hey! Do you like apples? And the guy says, yes. And Matt Damon goes, well, I got a number. How do you like them apples? And all Matt Damon's friends go, oh! Oh! This was amazing! Oh! Oh my God! Oh my God! You were ready with that! How? You know how he did it? He wrote the whole fucking movie, okay? He made everybody say all the things. Otherwise, this doesn't happen. I mean, he hinges the whole fucking prank on the guy liking apples. The guy must like apples. Who would say yes to do you like apples? Come to your antagonist. Who's setting him up, gathered his friends. Do you like, wait guys, watch this. Do you like apples? God damn it, I do. I wish I didn't. So I can tell this is not gonna go my way. But I won't lie. He'll know it. He'll know it because boy, do I like apples. Do you understand? If he says no, Matt Damon is fucked. He's fucked in the face for life. He's got nothing. Do you like apples? No. What the dude? Fucking guy. No, come on, seriously. Seriously, you fucking don't fucking. Do you like bananas? Because I thought, because the woman gave me her telephone number, and isn't that bananas?
أنت هنا حي وسطنا أعبدك أعبدك أنت هنا تعمل بيننا